What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $1.1 billion according to CoinGecko. Cardano ADA has surpassed 130,000 smart contracts deployed on mainnet. Great to see this. Top Tools reporting tons of great news. Almost 134 million ADA has been withdrawn from exchanges in the last 7 days, signaling strong accumulation. Digital asset giant Grayscale, managing over $60 billion in assets, is making a big bet on Cardano, further cementing Cardano's status among institutional grade assets. Now, with the digital large cap fund, with increasing positions in ADA, with the ETF being filed, and the acknowledgement of that filing by the SEC, I think this is just the beginning of more ETFs to come, indexes, staking ETPs, and also Grayscale really changing up the perception on institutional grade, institutional adoption, giving the thumbs up, the green light, if you will, because Grayscale is a massive name, and I think that's a massive positive sentiment switch to Cardano. But we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to be patient given the market right now. Fact, Bitcoin, XRP, and Cardano are the only top 10 cryptocurrencies with a fixed supply. I think that's pretty important. I'm not a big fan personally of projects that have unlimited supply or the circulating supply is really terrible. So these are three blue chips in my eyes. These are three projects I personally hold, so makes a lot of sense. Splash, the most capital efficient and fastest DEX on Cardano, launches their Snek trading competition with a total prize pool of 2 million Snek. This is great. So given the volatility in the market, I think it's refreshing. A splash of fresh air, if you will, if that makes any sense. A nice splash to do a trading contest and reward users quite a few thousand US dollars this is worth. So do check it out if you're interested. Everything's linked below. Ali Martinez, technical analyst, says Cardano is currently consolidating within a right angle descending wedge. The key level to watch for a bullish breakout is $1.20. We have to surpass that mark, and I think that will tell of the next leg up, the next crescendo, if you will. Senator Cynthia Lummis says digital assets are the future. The Genius Act is innovative legislation that secures America's place as a global financial leader. The race is on, and having a comprehensive digital asset framework is how we win. Shortly after we had the great news on stablecoin regulation, the next step forward, the US Senate Banking Committee approves the Genius Act to regulate stablecoin issuers, passing the bill 18-6. So strong bipartisan support. It was passed. Now the next step is if the House of Representatives and the Senate pass the bill, then it can be sent to President Trump to be signed into law. So it's not completely done yet. We still have some steps to go, but one step at a time. And Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse very happy, saying stablecoin policy is on its way. Big thanks to the senators for their commitment with the Genius Act. So this is key. And look, with USDM, Charles announcing the $1.5 million investment in W3I, the creators of USDM, which is also MiCA compliant and fiat backed. Ripple being very excited with RLUSD, which is enterprise grade, monthly attestations, NYDFS compliance. It makes a lot of sense to push stablecoin growth and regulation. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson meets with Japanese politician Takuya Hirai, the former First Minister for Digital Affairs. Charles says it was a great meeting. We discussed digital transformation, zero-knowledge cryptography, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. And so great meeting, very positive on both sides. And it looks like there was a lot of value out of in the words of the former minister, a lot of value on that exchange of opinions. So they were both very happy, very positive words also from him as well, from Takuya. He said that Cardano is gaining attention as one of the next generation blockchains by supporting the development of smart contracts and decentralized applications He used that word decentralized a couple of times. So great to see us continue to foster the growth, not only in the US, which is important, but also around the world. Coinbase says World Mobile pioneered the delivery of wireless connectivity to remote areas that big companies typically ignore. DePIN projects can be more cost-effective, resilient, flexible, accessible, self-sovereign, innovative, and sustainable. Now, World Mobile, right, with what they're doing with Base Network and World Mobile Chain, we have to remember that WMTX is still traded on Cardano network. So it's one of many networks, and it's highly traded. So good news for World Mobile is good news for Cardano, regardless of their multi-chain strategy. Binance founder CZ says MGX and Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund invest $2 billion in Binance for a minority stake. The transaction will be 100% in crypto, in stablecoins, marking it the largest investment transaction done in crypto to date, and the first institutional investment Binance has taken. So while everyone thinks that we're going to like zero, people are investing a lot of money. Coinbase is hiring, 1,000 plus employees, billions of dollar investments that are at a milestone that have never been done before. Guys, I think this is just short-term pain, fear of tariffs, the president trying to refinance the debt at a better rate, quantitative easing around the corner. I think there's a lot more that we can be optimistic for in the long run. Sure, there's some short-term fear, but that fear will pass as well. And CZ hopes to get a pardon from President Trump. Will President Trump pardon CZ? Let me know, guys. You think that CZ will get a pardon? Ripple XRP receives approval from Dubai Financial Services Authority to provide crypto payments and services in the UAE. So a lot of good news for XRP. I like XRP, and it's great that Charles has a good relationship with Ripple CTO David Schwartz, ongoing conversations with the Midnight team, and Charles does want to integrate RLUSD on Cardano. He believes that Ripple will expand to more blockchains this year. So good news for Ripple. Will cascade and ripple, if you will, for lack of a better word, to the rest of the industry. So Cardano right now playing with 6.9, around 70 cents, but it's not the worst in terms of the red and the losses right now. And when we take a look at TradingView, Bitcoin dominance actually came down a little bit. So ADA 704, Bitcoin 81.8, XRP is doing pretty good, 2.28. Litecoin is still down a little bit. Bitcoin dominance, like I said, was coming up to the 62.3 and it's cooled off a little bit. But I think we're going to just be going sideways, maybe a little bit more negative volatility. For me, like I told you guys, when we came down to these levels, I accumulated more ADA. It was actually a little bit higher than current prices. I bought around 7.1. And so ADA is my biggest bag. If it continues to go on this downwards trajectory, then I will buy more. And I will let you guys know if I buy more ADA. But right now, I'm just watching. So let me know, guys, what are you most excited for? What are you watching right now? Do you think that this is it for the dips? Or are we headed even lower? Because we're getting pretty low to that 60 cent, 58 cent level. And with all this bullish news, people don't really care. Perception creates reality. And while there's looming fears around the world, tariff fears, geopolitical tensions, it seems like people don't care and they're just really bearish right now. So we may be going sideways for a while with the ETF approval delays and everything else going on. That bullish momentum we're looking for might not actually arrive until Q3 or beyond. So let me know what your thoughts are. I would say the highlight for today, definitely I think people are underestimating the power of this Genius Act in terms of once it gets signed into law. That's going to be huge in my opinion. And I would say I really enjoyed seeing this as well. More efforts around the world, but especially like in Japan, right? They're doing amazing stuff. Big shout out to Japan, amazing part of the world. And their innovation is just second to none. So it will be exciting to see how we can continue to cement some great collaboration with a lot of the incredible talent out of Japan. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.